this evening. I welcome everyone. Feel very free to join the conversation. Feel very free to share your view, your opinion on this subject matter. I welcome you once again, specially. And the issue for discussion this evening is, should children be exposed to religion? Yes, you heard me right. Should our children be exposed to religion? We are in a society where everybody wants to have control. Everybody wants to transcend their ideology, their belief system to the next generation. But as we do that, as we go about doing that, it is important to consider the minor, the children in our society. It's very important to consider them because these children are very important. And one issue about consent is that at that tender age, they may not have the capacity to give their consent to whatever their parents introduced them to. And that's why we are looking at and talking about, should children, your children, should they be exposed to religion, be it Christianity, be it Islam, be it any religion? Should our children be exposed to religion? It's very important to look at that subject tonight. And I want to hear your view. I want you to feel very free to share your view with me. Feel very free to join the conversation. Talk to me. Talk to me. I want to hear. You can drop a comment. Feel very free to share your comment. Whatever view you have, feel very free. And like I said, should our children be exposed to religion? We are in a society where everybody want to, like I said earlier, want to push a narrative, push an ideology. But one thing I think, in my opinion, children should not be exposed to religion because they don't have the capacity to make choices at that level until they are adults. And according to our laws, if you are in Africa, from Africa, when you are 18, you can make choice, you can decide, you can vote and be voted for. I think it should be at that point that children should be exposed to make their choice for religion. But at their tender level, children should not be exposed to religion. That's my view. Recently, we saw a very pathetic story of a pastor gathered children, teenagers, I think within the ages of 9, 8, 10, 6, 5. And the pastor was, you know, very hard on on these children. The pastor was hard on them, beating them, physical beating. And the beating was so much because somebody captured the incident and brought it to the public, and there was a public outcry. I think presently the pastor is in police detention, but that is not even my worry. My worry was the parents of these children came out and said, no, we permitted the pastor to deliver. They call it deliverance. That's the parent of these children said, yes, we asked the pastor to deliver our children. So no, police shouldn't even lock the pastor or detain the pastor. And it was wow for me because these are children that can't even take decisions on their own, that can't even make decisions on their own. And you are now saying that these children need deliverance. What kind of deliverance are you talking about? We have seen that in this part of the world, especially in Africa, how we torment children, hypnotize children, demonize children, and call children all kinds of names because you feel your pastor said that or your Bible said that. And we are saying that it is wrong to expose children to religion, be it any religion. Children should grow natural. You see, when we talk about religion, whatever religion it may be, we have the Christian religion that will tell you, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old and he will not depart from it. For me, I don't even want that perception. I don't even want that involvement in the life of any child. Let children grow. Let children make their choice. Let children grow in their own way. We must allow children to grow. You see, the society has a better way. Our culture is safe enough for our children. I'm telling you the truth. Our culture is safe enough for our children. Yeah, thank you so much, distinguished David. Thank you. I welcome you, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, our culture is safe enough for our children. Let our children grow the way they are growing. We have great culture in Africa, and our culture is one of the best in the world. Why will you torment children, beat children, like trying to impose a religion on children? And you call that deliverance. Deliverance from what? Deliverance from what? These children are very, very innocent. And we have a society, and we live in a society where they permit such. They dehumanize children, they beat children just to impose their religion or their belief system on them. And when these children grow up and they decide and discover that, oh, all the while they've been hypnotized, it becomes so terrible. And we are saying, let children grow. We have great culture, the culture of love, the culture of peace, the culture of we have a great culture in the society. Now you don't need to derive it from the Bible or from any scripture to have a beautiful, wonderful home. Yes, I remember even before we got colonized, we had our culture. We had a great life we are living as Africans. So we don't need any book. We don't need anybody to impose a particular knowledge or ideology on us. And it's very important that children should grow on their own. We should allow our children grow. The family values are great enough to help any child grow. I'm telling you, the family values are great enough. And we are saying, allow these children grow. Stop exposing these children to religion. Religion is not healthy. It's not safe for children. And please, if you are watching this live, I want to hear your view. What do you think about that? Because you see, when we talk about not exposing children to religion, people think, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Without religion, the society would have been down. The society would have been so terrible, and it is not true. Most of the wicked folks we have, most of the ills we see in our society today are mostly religious related and religious motivated. If you take religion away from our society, I tell you, the society will be very sane. If you see Christians, among Christians, they are even divided. Christians, for instance, if you meet a Christian, the Christian will tell you that because the other person doesn't go to his or her church, and the person is not even a Christian enough. Even in the same church, they are divided. So the mindset of division or the mindset of hate is even practiced among religious people, among Christians, among Islam. The Muslim people believe they will still have different sets of Christians, different denomination, different set of Muslims. Some believe, oh, the other one is better than the other. So when you initiate your child or children to religion without their consent, without that adolescent age of 18, it's not healthy for them. And as an irreligious person, we are advocating for a society where children will not be exposed to religion. We should allow these children grow until they are 18 so that they can make up their mind. They can choose whatever they want. If they want to be religious, so be it. If they want to be irreligious, beautiful. We must allow our children grow. We have seen children and we have seen pastors telling parents that your daughter is possessed, your son is possessed. And you ask how? It is dominant in Africa, especially because of poverty, because of bad leadership. A pastor will tell you your child is possessed or your child has a demon. How? These are innocent children. I remember there was a lady, there was this little boy that was thrown out of the family because they claimed that that boy was possessed. He was thrown out of the family, abandoned to die. This boy, if you look at him, he emaciated to a point where he nearly cried. And this benevolent lady, this humanitarian, picked up this boy. Today, if you see this boy is looking so healthy. This boy is back to school, living the best of his life. We live in a society where pastors will tell you your daughter, your child is possessed, and parents will even believe their pastors. Parents will believe their pastor. The parents believe whatever the pastor said is right. We have seen parents taking children for so-called deliverance. And we see the way they dehumanize these children. We are saying no to that. As an irreligious person, it is our responsibility to defend and our society and to defend these children. If you have any case of such, please report to us. We are going to report to the authority, and the parents or the pastors will face the law. It is very, very unhealthy to expose children to religion. Very, very unhealthy. Rather we advocate, we expose our children to our culture, our history, our values and norms. This should be the basic things to expose our children to, rather than religion. And you see, the consequences of exposing children to religion is it makes them docile. When you expose your child to religion, it doesn't help your child to make critical decision. It doesn't help them to indulge in critical thinking. When you see someone engrossed in religion, the person struggle to make critical decisions. The person have to depend on some imaginary God. The person have to depend on his or her pastor. If you look at our society now, there are people that trust their pastor more than their parents. Yes. There are people that trust that prefer to confide in their pastor, confide in their bishop or their reverend father rather than their parents. The bond of families have been thrown and torn apart by the so-called religion. If someone want to get married, the next thing is I need to discuss it with my pastor. It is no more I need to discuss it with my parents. The power, the engine room of any life or any child is the family, not even religion. The engine room, the propeller, whatever will help a child to grow better is not rooted in religion, but is rooted in the family value, family norms. And we are advocating that children should not be exposed to religion. It's not healthy for them. It's not healthy. Allow your children to grow. Allow them to grow to a point where they can make that personal decision when they are 18 and above. That is the best time, because we have noticed that most children that have grown in such religious environment become timid. They lack critical analysis, the ability to think critically. And that is why we are saying no. Expose your child to critical analysis. Let them grow on their own. Let them encounter life on their own. Stop exposing them to religion. It's not healthy for them. It's not. Recently, I met a young lady, and the lady was telling me about her life. She was brought up in church, a pastor's child. But this same lady, as she got to the age of 18, she noticed that no, all that my parents taught me, all they taught me about the so-called God, the so-called Bible, Jesus, and all of that, she felt they were all false. And at that point of her life, she decided to say, parents, I am not going to follow you to church again. At that point, her parents became so angry, and they had to run down back to the pastor, and they said, the pastor, my daughter is possessed. My daughter has backslided. My daughter doesn't know God again. But that wasn't the situation of that girl. That girl felt, no, what my parents exposed me to, the religion my parents exposed me to, weren't healthy for me. That religion was not healthy for me. And she deconstructed. She left. And that's why we are saying it is best to grow children with using family values, cultural values. For instance, Africa, we have a whole lot of culture. And our culture, like I said earlier, is one of the best in the world. In the world. Families send their children home to be trained with African culture. That is, people staying abroad in US, in UK, in Canada, send children home to come learn our culture. How much more we in Africa? It is high time we begin to appreciate our culture. We have one of the best culture. The culture of respect. Respect, we have it. The culture of love, we have it. We have it. The culture of communism, coming together, working together as a team, we have it in Africa. When we got colonized, the missionaries came with different narratives telling us that, oh, your religion is bad, your culture is bad. They demonized our culture. They made us hate our culture. And because They made us hate our culture. Our great-grandparents accepted that narrative. And as we kept growing, they transferred that same mindset and narrative to us. But we are saying no. It is time to deconstruct. We are saying no to religion. We are saying no. Let children grow on their own with family and societal values rather than religious values. Religious values are not healthy for children because they have to depend on something. Recently, children went to write exams, and while they were planning to write their exams, they were praying. They were praying. And if you look at people praying to write an exam, there's no connection. There's no connection. Instead of you to prepare to read, study so well so that you can pass exam, you are praying to somebody to help you pass exam. And that's why we said no. When you expose yourself to religion, you don't become critical in analysis. You don't become critical in your day-to-day life. You don't handle life squarely. Rather, you become a victim of situations. Please, as you are viewing this, feel very free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, share this Facebook live, I say Facebook, YouTube broadcast. Please share. I want us to connect with like minds. I'm a humanist, and feel very free to share. And please feel very free to recommend this platform for others. Like I said, children are best trained with family culture, societal culture, rather than religion. And if you have a different view, drop your comment. Let me see. I want to hear your view. If you felt no, it is not true, children should be introduced to religion, feel very free to share your view with me. But I will tell you that it is not best. It is better for children to be introduced to culture, the culture of a society, the culture of a family, family values, family norms, rather than religion. Because most of the stories told about religion, most of the stories told to us about religion, they have no basis. They are not factual. You can't lay hold on them. You can't. So it is best when we grow critically, when we grow facing life critically, when you come before problems, you don't run. You don't look for somebody to help you. You devise a way to surmount it. You devise a way how to overcome it. You devise a way of solving that problem rather than, oh, I need to pray to God to help me. Nobody will help you. Nobody is coming to help you. Nobody has ever helped anybody. No external being from anywhere has ever helped anybody. And it is best when we take responsibility. It is best when we sit down and face that reality. It's a fact. And that's why we said, let's not expose our children to religion. It's not healthy for them. Mentally, it's not healthy. Psychologically, emotionally, it's not healthy for them. Because when a child, let's look at the emotional aspect of it. When a child is exposed to religion, the emotion of that person is hung on an imaginary God that doesn't exist. So when the person is going through pain, instead of the person to sit down and evaluate, how did this pain happen? How do I get out of it? This same person will begin to think and begin to depend on some imaginary God or imaginary being for help. You look at the emotional aspect, even the psychological aspect. A whole lot of people have gone into depression because they felt, oh, their pastor told them something, their parent told them something about God, and at the end of the day, they got disappointed because what they told them never happened. Never happened. All the promises, all the stories told to them that God will do for them, God never did. So at that point of their life, they got disappointed. Most resort to depression and all kinds of issues. And we are saying children should not be exposed to religion. Rather, children should be exposed to cultural value, societal value. Africa, whatever country you are watching from, everybody have her value. Her value. Everybody has their norms. Even as small as families, we have family values. While I was growing up, there were things as a family my parents upheld. As a member of that family, I wouldn't go out and bring what is not mine to the family, to the house. It will not happen. If I go to school, I can't pick a pen that is not my own and bring that home. It's not what they taught me in church. It's what my parent told me, that in this family we don't steal. In this family we value reputation. We value integrity. In this family we don't touch what is not our own. In this family we don't oppress people. In this family we don't bully people. In this family we stand for what is right. In this family we defend what is right and stand for it. When we begin to teach our children with this truth and this basic fact, is far, far better than when we begin to tell them about some imaginary heaven and God and fire and Satan. Because these things are not real. They are not real. No matter how you want to explain, no matter how you want to look at it, they are not real. And for you to build on nothing, it has consequences. When you train a child or you train a people on nothing, it has consequences. And that's why a whole lot of people are having emotional breakdown, mental breakdown, because most of the things their pastor taught them, most of the things they read in the Bible, when they got to meet the reality of life or the reality of these things, they notice that, oh, wow, these things are never there. These things are not real. You know, I remember while we were growing as children, they told us about heaven and hell. That if you, heaven, you know, is so good, the streets are made up of gold. And while we were children, they told us about these things. They told us that, and they said, if you steal, you go to hell. If you do bad, you go to hell. They were using fear to train us. And that's why I said children should not be exposed to religion. They were using fear to control our lives. That if you steal, you will go to hell. So people refuse to steal because of the consequences of hell, not because stealing is wrong. Are you getting the point now? And that's why we said children should not be exposed to religion. People, they say if you do good, you go to heaven. So people were doing good, or people do good because of going to heaven. But when you teach people, children, morality, basic morality, they know that doing good is not because of any reward, but it is good to be good. You are not doing good because somebody is watching you and somebody is maybe with a cane to flog you. You are doing good, or you are being good because it is part of you. It is part of humanity to be humane, to have empathy and sympathy, love for your neighbor. It is part of humanity. You don't need to be a religious person to know that. And as a matter of fact, irreligious people understand the practice of love more than religious people. Religious people love because their Bible said so, but irreligious people love because it is part of them. It is a necessity as a human being to love. It is a necessity as a human being to care for one another. It is a necessity as a human being to stand for what is right. It is a necessity as a human being to stand for justice. So you don't need anybody to teach you. You don't need anybody to put something on your head that you must love. If you don't love, this will happen or that will happen. Feel very free, please, to like this Facebook Live. You know, you need to support me. Whatever you need to follow this channel, subscribe to my channel, and also share this, and also like what we are doing. You know, send your question via the comment section. I want to hear your view, because we said it is not. Is it good for us to, expose children to religion? For me, the answer is no. It's not good. It's not good. It's not healthy for children. Children exposed to religion tend to grow with fear rather than growing in fact. They grow in fear of consequences. So if I do this, I'll go to hell, or if I do that, I'll go to heaven. So they don't grow uprightly. Their growth is not genuine. It's not genuine. It's not genuine. If you want to have genuine upbringing as a child, if parents want to really give genuine upbringing to their children, they must separate fear from training. But no, mark it that religion imparts fear. Religion imparts fear when it comes to training of children. Religion would bring fear to children rather than making the children to understand basic facts of life. For instance, if you do good, it is good to do good. You are not doing good because of heaven or hell. It is good as a human being to have sympathy. It's not because of any reward, but it is part of the human body, the human future, to have sympathy, to have empathy, putting yourself in the shoes of others. When we begin to train our children like that, when we begin to train folks around us like that, we have a better society. We have a better society. Most of the wicked folks we have seen in the society are people that were radicalized by religion, be it Islamic religion or Christian religion. They were radicalized, and people in some Christian folks, they pray for their enemy to die. They pray for their enemy to unalive. That is, a pastor will stand on his altar and pray for his supposed enemy to unalive. Where is empathy? Where is love there? So when you have a child and you teach your child like that, telling your child that her enemy or his enemy should unalive or to buy, buy is how, because of how the word is. You are training that child, and you are radicalizing that child negatively. And when that child begins to grow, that child will grow with hate. With hate. Most of the hate we have seen in the society are driven by religion. By religion. Most of the terrorist community we have seen globally, majority of them are fueled by religion, be it Islamic religion or Christian religion. And we are saying it is not healthy for children to be radicalized into religion. Allow children to grow natural. Let them grow. Let them grow. I just told us a story that happened recently in Nigeria. Children, bunch of children, their parents took them to a particular church, and the pastor he was using blood, sprinkling blood on them, and was flogging them. And according to the pastor, he said the children are undergoing deliverance. What kind of deliverance is that? And even when the pastor was arrested, the parent of the children came out and said, we permitted the pastor to do what he did. So don't arrest the pastor, let the pastor go. We have society, we have people in the society, we have families, we have society where they demonize children. Children with some special character traits. They see them as demon and throw them away. Yes, we still have society in Africa like that their pastor will tell them, oh, that your child is a devil, that your child is possessed, and they throw that child away and abandon that child so that child can unalive. And we are saying we can't have a healthy society with such religious oppression. Children should not be exposed to religion. Children, because they don't know what is right from wrong. They can't make strong decisions. It's best for children to grow with facts. Religion is not it's a belief system. It's not a factual system. So it's best when children grow based on factual reality, basic realities. Let children grow. Allow your child to grow with basic reality. Tell your child if okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. And like I said, okay, yeah, hi. Yeah, how you doing? Onyinye, thank you so much. You have a question for me? I would gladly like to take your question. We are looking at why children should not be exposed to religion. Help me press the like button, and help me share, and also subscribe to my channel. We are going to be going live, most of the time. Even tomorrow, I'll still be live with another topic. So please subscribe to my channel and help me like what we are doing, and whatever it is, support what we are doing, and let somebody know, because it is best when we teach this truth to our society. Religion is not healthy for children. Religion, be it Christianity, be it Islamic religion, is not healthy for children. Let children grow organically. Yes, that's the right word. Allow children to grow organically. Let them grow organically. From there, when they get to the point of 18, they can decide whether to be religious or not. But for you to initiate your child because you're a Christian, you want your child to become a Christian, or because you're a Muslim, you want your child to become a Muslim, it's not good. It's not good. You are infringing on the right of that child, because that child can't take decisions. So whatever you are doing on that child is against the law of that child. It's against that child. You say, oh, my children, they don't have their right. No, children have their right. Children have their right. When you impose certain beliefs on children, it's not healthy, especially religious belief. It's not healthy for them. It's not healthy. And go find out. Go find out. Research have shown children that grew up in a society where a society devoid of fear, threat, that child grew up doing better than a child that grew up in a society or in an environment full of threat and fear. Religion thrives on fear, be it Christianity or Islam. It thrives on fear. If you do this, you will go to hell. If you do that, you go to heaven. So you do what you are doing because of consequences of either going to heaven or going to hell. You are not doing that because you are not doing this because it's from your heart. And we are saying, no, if we want to have a better society, we must train children to be organic in nature. There's a whole lot to teach children. You must not teach them about some imaginary God or imaginary person that never, while we were children, they say somebody died for you. Nobody, and somebody paid your, somebody took away your sickness, somebody took away your sorrow. But now we are facing real time sickness. Nobody took anything. We have to go depend on science. We have to depend on science. Say somebody became poor for you to become rich. These things were all fictional, not fact. Nobody became poor for you to become rich. You have to, if you don't work hard, you'll be broke. You see, so these are the basic truths we need to teach each other, and we need to tell our children. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. Wake up to realities. These things, religion do not teach reality. Religion teaches fiction. Religion makes you happy, make you feel good. And it's just like when you're going through pain, or maybe you have a headache, you take Panadol. That's what religion does. It just subsides. It just makes you feel good temporarily. It doesn't solve it. Just like somebody taking some bottles of alcohol or cigar, it just make you forget your pain temporarily. It doesn't solve it. You solve your problem by facing it. You don't solve your problem by pretending that, oh, somebody took your problem away, somebody took your sorrow away. And we are asking, as a new religious person, I'm urging everyone watching this and that we watch this, it is high time we expose our children to truth, to societal value. We should not expose our children to religion. It's not healthy for them. It's not good for their mind. It's not good for their growth. Most children will grow with fear, grow with panic. They are more fear conscious. Because I don't want to do this so that will not happen to me. But when you teach children reality, basic realities, these children will grow so well. So I urge you today, as you watch this, help me share, like I said, subscribe to this channel, because subsequently we'll be doing a whole lot of live, as time permits, we'll be going live and all of that to teach irreligious content. Things that are teachings that will be coming out from here are teachings that are critical in nature, teachings that are driven by empathy, driven by humanity. So, like I said, don't expose your child. Don't expose children to religion. It's not healthy for them. It's not. It's not healthy for them. It's not best for them. You may say, oh, they are my children. I have the right over them. Yeah, you have the right. But you see, when they grow old, whatever you told them, as they come face to face with life's reality, whatever you told them can't solve it, can't help them face life reality, can't help them solve this basic problem. And that's why it's not good for them. Whatever you tell them, whatever you introduce them to, they won't be able to solve life reality. And that's why, as we round off this evening, I urge you, please don't expose your children to religion. There are a whole lot to teach your children that are not religion related. You can teach them love. Love is not anchored on religion. You can teach them kindness. You can teach them patience. Simple, basic reality of life. can teach them empathy. These things are not anchored on religion. So please, as we do that, I know we'll have a better society. So please, don't, never, you expose your children to religion. It's not healthy for them. It's not healthy for them. Thank you so much for watching. And like I said, feel very free to share. Feel very free to subscribe to this channel. And we'll see you next time. Thank you. I'm looking for where to end my video. I can't see it.